live the life beyond the boundaries we set on ourselves, to live and to run boundless, to be inspired, to achieve, to overcome the mountaintop in our life. Embrace the journey, become boundless.
Hello, family. Welcome to another episode of the Live Run Boundless podcast. Today, we have a legend, the leader in the trail running community. She did many racing in her running journey, numerous road races and trail races. Not only that she raced, but she knew running as a platform to give back to her community and to support others. And also, aside of running, she a mother of two young adult gentlemen. Also, she also a good friend and a sister to many of us in the running community, always giving of herself. So it's a joy, it's my privilege, and finally, at last, to have the queen, the leader of the South Bay YMCA trail running community, Gisela, or someone call her G. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I've been waiting for this opportunity for a while since I've done my website trying to get your story. But I know you get so busy, So you just like the queen having plenty of bees to take care of, in the running community, It does sound like, having bees, you got to take care of the bees in the running community.
The bees,
yeah. So you got to take care of the bees, make sure we take care of, So you got some downtime, and so I'm glad I could catch you in your downtime. So first and foremost, how are you doing?
Great. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Kenneth. It's a pleasure, my pleasure to do this, and definitely it's been difficult timing and all that, and I apologize, but thank you for being patient and working through this with me. But we're here today. Now we're here, and I'm excited, and I'm honored to be able to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely a privilege to have you on. Yeah, so we're not going to talk a lot about running, but even before running, running something you always haven't done, it's running it's more about life, also, life is a process. It's a process of the journey of getting to a certain point in your life.
Right.
So what was your journey in life before running? Life growing up, your family, all that. Tell us the Live Run Boundless family, and it's the South Bay YMCA family, a little bit about you before running.
Sure. Thank you. Well, I am the oldest of four siblings. My brother is right before me, and then my two younger sisters. And I grew up with my mom and a single mom household, and just growing up and going to school and living in San Diego. I was, raised in San Diego. I was born in Mexico and raised in San Diego, and just typical family. We spent a lot of time together, the holidays and all that good stuff, and just getting through the days.
Okay, awesome. So you being the oldest of four kids, so taking care of people kind of natural for you, I guess. You got the oldest of four kids. You probably take care of brothers and sisters, I guess.
Yeah, one brother and two sisters.
Okay, so you had to take care of them maybe a little bit and boss them around. You take care of us, in the running community, And, so definitely that come natural. So growing up as a kid, were you always into running or athletic and things like that?
No, actually, I was not. I played a little bit of sports in school. Just kind of tried it out. My mom had us do a little bit of. Actually, tried karate one time. And
nice. Oh, wow.
In the community, just being involved in the local rec centers and where we lived at and stuff like that. We but never really grew up with one particular sport. I never was in track or cross country.
Okay.
I actually, if running during PE,
Yeah.
you know, the typical stuff, I enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
remember enjoying it, but I never was able to be part of the team, or never had that drive to be part of the team.
Okay.
I played basketball one
Okay.
year, and I was the best bench warmer ever.
That's
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I was really good at just
Mm.
sitting there cheering on the team, passing them their towels, and that's about it. But
Yeah.
being active is something I've always enjoyed. I wasn't
Okay.
involved in a particular sport, but I was
Yeah.
every day. My mom had to drag me to get back in the house because I enjoyed playing outside as a kid growing up. I would
Nice.
ride my bike. I would take my bike apart and
Oh, wow.
just yeah, and then rebuild it, and
Wow.
just kind of always been outdoors, played all kinds of recreational games outdoors, you know, very active. But yeah, running to me wasn't something that I grew up with as or in a sport like that. Yeah.
Okay, then. So it wasn't running, but you were more to just being active, you know, like riding your bike, you know, you were like hands-on, with your hands and stuff like
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that's my dog.
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know Coop, you know.
Yeah, Cooper.
They Cooper along too. He can join it with an interview also.
Oh yeah, yeah. He'll probably jump up here.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Well, but that also, but you more just, but you really was outgoing, you know. So, um, but what started your process into running? Now, what was something? What got you started to want to run?
Yeah. So, you know, this question is, it's the one thing I could pinpoint it to for sure is definitely a mother of two boys, and my youngest was born, and I still, about 3 years later, I still had the baby, carrying the baby weight, what they call baby
Yeah,
weight.
yeah.
So I wasn't pleased. I wasn't happy with myself. I wasn't, there was something missing. There was like,
Yeah.
I tried a lot of like yo-yo diets, you
Yeah.
know. I tried to eat less of this and consume more vegetables and more fruit and all that. And I
Yeah.
was trying everything I could, and trying all the moon diet, the liquid diet. I don't even know, the South Beach diet. I tried starving myself. I don't know. And I just,
Yeah.
of course, nutrition is a big part of it, but there
Yep.
was the part that didn't fit in what I call like the triangle kind of is my physical activity and my physical appearance. I was not happy with where I was at, you know. I was finding myself
Yeah.
self-doubting a lot,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
not understanding how did I let it go so far, you know. My kids were, my youngest was already 3, my oldest was already 6. Like,
Wow.
come on, you know, get it together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I did pick up doing I got a personal trainer, and
Okay.
and then I also joined several gyms. I tried that aspect.
Yeah.
But the motivation I needed was maybe I wasn't ready. And then there was this day, you know, this time in my life that
Mhm.
I was told, you got to start pushing your body through space, you know. Don't just go and do like a couple reps or take a 45-minute class and then go home and eat anything you want. Like, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I started walking, honestly, running, jogging, walking. And
Yeah.
I told myself, I need to get to the stop sign,
Okay.
get from A to B,
Yeah.
you know, get to the stop sign without stopping.
Okay.
And that was kind of how it just started. And shortly enough, one stop sign with time became 2 stop signs.
Yeah.
Then I went around the block, and then I
Okay.
was able to incorporate other streets, and
Yeah.
I just found myself, I think the one thing that I could really recall on is being consistent.
Consistent.
Once I became consistent with getting myself up and out
Yeah.
and trying to hit that stop sign, trying to make it to the next block,
Yeah.
the more consistent I was, the more that I was already doing at home with the nutrition,
Mhm.
the more I saw results in terms of like, okay, I'm starting to lose a little bit of weight, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That was my biggest thing of why I started running, was to really to lose that baby weight and lose weight. People are surprised to hear where I was.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do have a before and after picture I
Oh, you
can share
do?
with you later, but
Oh, yeah, definitely.
it's it's a little embarrassing, but I'm also very proud, you know. I'm
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
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 So,
There's a process, you know. So that was
yeah,
that probably your first why, you know, at the beginning on running.
right.
You know? That was your first why. I realized, I tell people, I tell myself, you got to have your reason why you do what you do. But sometimes that why makes changes over
Oh
time.
yeah.
Your why may change. You might have more than one why you do what you do to keep you going. Yeah. So that was your first why. So when you first started that process of running, were you mostly just running by yourself, mostly, you know, doing all that? You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was running by myself. When you get like a personal trainer, you get somebody, sometimes they give you homework, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is now, but they'll ask you to do things on the side besides just the session you're having. And so yeah, I didn't know of running communities.
Okay.
I didn't have friends that ran, and my
Yeah.
friends were not doing anything active at that point, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was running by myself. I
Okay.
just put on headphones, and I used to run with music, so that's when, and just try to go. And the why definitely has changed, and it does change in the journey, but that was my first why, was to
The
lose
first one.
weight. Yeah.
Okay. And later on, we're gonna get you some more whys.
Yeah.
So I guess that was your running life before 2007, I might say. That how that would the whole process.
Yeah, I started probably really running or jogging, running, you know, learning how to
Yeah.
move my body through space, you know. Uh, and then I did find a small running community, and it was road running. And I did a couple, like maybe 5Ks or
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
10Ks and all that. But what I consider like my first like race was America's Finest City in 2009.
Okay then.
Yeah.
On the nice. So
Uh,
so how would that experience? You know, running the America Finest City, one of your first road race.
yeah. That was definitely would always, it's a big memory in my mind, you know, and I carry it with me. As a matter of fact, I still have that race shirt.
Okay.
I have kept, that's a race shirt I have kept. There's many race shirts I've thrown away, but yeah, so it was a lot. It was like a wow moment. Like
Yeah.
I'm part of something that I've only have heard of before, or thought of it being
Yeah.
those elite runners that I didn't even know what an elite runner was back then, but you know, but like somebody who did this as a sport, not somebody who like me, who is just you know, a mother of two kids trying to lose weight, and here I am running with thousands of people.
I know.
It felt really cool to have a bib on, like an official number, you know. I just remember that feeling.
Yeah.
And then America's Finest City is a really pretty race.
Oh yeah. I never done
run.
it before yet, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a really pretty. You get to see a lot of parts of San Diego, so
Yeah.
it was probably one of my very first like little running highs. Like, wow, this is really, really cool. Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to finish it strong, you know, you was like able to finish and all that, you know. So
Yeah, I finished it. I wouldn't even be able to tell you my time. I don't even,
that's cool.
I don't remember. I wasn't running for time. I was running for accomplishment of crossing the finish line.
Yeah, definitely that the key line, you cross that finish line, you know. I mean, I get you get like more experience, wherever, you know, you like you got to go to meet yet for time. Well, I guess when you first started off, you know, you just want to cross that finish line, say that you're able to do it, you know. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So definitely. So before 2007, you run because to lose weight, to get in shape, all of that. But how do you find your joy in running? What would that take to find your joy?
Yeah, so the joy in running, I think, yeah, it was not there in the beginning. It was painful, it was disappointing in the beginning, you know, but with time, I was hitting some milestones, you know, being able to get from A to B a little bit easier, and learned how to learn the equipment of my body, or learned the mechanics of my body. And all that. So the joy came when I started reaching those milestones, and the feeling accomplished. You know, again, I somebody who didn't grow up with running, when I did finish any run that I had set my mind on, it was an accomplishment, and it gave a really good feeling of, you know, I could probably do this. Like I'm enjoying this. And the more races I did and the more people I ran with, one thing that really, really from the very beginning has given me joy is running with others and encouraging, the high fives, the hey, let's have a good run, you know, just in the beginning, whatever that is, let's have a good run. And then at the end, hey, how was your run? Having those conversations, I've always really liked those, and still to this day have them and enjoy that.
Oh yeah, so I could tell. I could tell. So you talk about your first road race in 2009 AFC, and then after doing numerous road races, so it was the year with the trailer cam calling, or you know, was that what, like 2000? Was that 2009? Was that
No, that was I got into trails between 2013, 2014.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
around there.
what was that process or that journey when it start doing trails? What convinced you, or what turn you away from running road into trail?
Into trails, yeah. So yeah, in the area I lived at, there was like those manicured trails with real flat, not the kind of trails we run nowadays. Well, we still hit them every now and then, but it was like fun. It was like a little bit more than just super flat, you know. I Don't get me wrong, you could find hills on road as well, but it was just a little bit more like you would go under trees, or you would, you know, jump over a little bush here or there, or so forth. Yeah, it just I do remember, and I still feel it these days, still to the day, like a ooh ah moment, like when I got to running on trails, like wow, it just like clicked. It just like kind of like, okay, now I was happy running on road. I enjoyed it. I liked the community, the encouragement, the friends. But when I got to trail, it was like, wow, like this is just so much fun, you know, like beyond what I have ever imagined it to be. And
it was just like, oh
yeah, it really was. So I don't know, it sounds kind of funny because
no.
even yeah, I don't, it just clicked. It clicked, and my why changed. I'm like, okay, I gotta keep going, you know, this journey. I don't know what it's gonna lead to still to this day, but I've been enjoying it, and it just clicked. And I was like, in every trail run I've done, it's like almost never enough. It's like a lot of fun. It's endless possibilities, the views, the community. It's a whole, from my experience, it's just a very different experience, a different community than road, you know.
Oh yeah, yes it is. Definitely. Now I don't mind running the roads here here and there, but I love the trails also. Just the atmosphere, just the peace. Probably running on a trail, the trail running community, you know, and just it's I think it's more funner, much want to run the trails. Huh?
Absolutely. It's very, it gives, it gives so much every time to me, you know. It
Yeah.
could have very, very solitary moments,
Yeah.
because of course we all start off as a group and
Yes.
we all cheer each other on and so
Yeah.
forth. But then when we all settle into our pace, when we settle into our run,
Yeah.
it becomes very solitude.
Oh yeah.
It can be, and that in itself, the surrounding of being on a trail and those really tough moments or very peaceful moments
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's just like you said, a very exciting,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
enjoyable, to be able to run like off a like near a cliff, you know, to
Yeah.
be able
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
run under these big trees or
Yeah.
through little
Yeah.
tunnels. I mean, name it, go up a big peak and we get to the top and we see the view
Yeah.
of the trail down at the bottom where we just came from. It's like, wow, we really just came from way down there.
I know, man. Yeah.
We going way up there, or you know, or
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, it's boundless, I might say.
it is. It is. It is. It's very
That's
it,
cool. Far as running in your life, your lifestyle, how have running shaped your lifestyle to up to how you live up to this point in your life? You know, if I say that correctly. Um,
like how does it,
how
how
has it
is it
shaped your life? Your how running helped you in your life so far? You know?
yeah, it really has, you know. It's given me definitely a lot of what not, I'm going to talk about the community in a little bit, but
Okay.
it's giving me for myself at least a lot of self-esteem. It's helped me be a happy person, you know,
Yeah.
not be in a self-doubting space and stuff like that. I look forward to it. Like I plan it. I look forward to it. Like
Yeah.
I'm like hungry for it
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I, it's just something that's very impactful in my life. And I feel that there's family and friends that have said, oh, you run too much, you know, it's too much running.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
always out there or
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
As runners, I'm sure a lot of us get that, you know.
Yeah.
It's we but I feel very, very happy that I'm supported. You know, my kids support me.
Awesome.
My family supports me.
Yeah.
They've gone to see me at races and stuff. My niece and my nephew, they know that I run, and they're constantly asking, and they've gone to some of my races. So
Yeah.
it's a it is definitely a big part of my life that I will continue to do this as far as I can, as long as I can.
Oh yeah, the deaf. I say the same long, could like move my body and walk and stuff like that, move my legs and run, do it, you know. Yeah, it's life, it's lifestyle, you know.
It is.
That's
It is a lifestyle.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just definitely great to have support, you know.
Right.
I know when I first started, my wife, my wife, I work in the same place.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
kind of give me a hard time sometimes, you know.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Best
Yeah.
for my body, running shoes and stuff like that, you know. Well, I got to do it, you know. I got to take care of my feet, you know. I got to.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's not a cheap sport neither, you know.
I don't know. Yeah, but no, but she understand, you know. She understand.
Yeah,
You know, that running is bigger than me, is bigger than you, you know.
it is.
Yeah, so that definitely, so that's cool. And what has the trail running community, more specifically, with that shirt you're wearing right now, the South Bay YMCA trail running community, how they impact your life, you know?
Oh yeah, a lot. It really has, and still to this day, it does every time. You know,
Yeah.
I'm very honored to be part of this group, and
Yeah.
I when I got introduced to the Y, I was recommended like, oh, go check out this group.
Yeah.
They're local. They're in Chula Vista. They have the vibe that you like. They have the vibe of community. You know it's going to be fun. It's like a great, supportive, fun group.
Yeah.
And I remember my very first run with the Y.
Nice.
And they said, oh, it's at that time it was 6 miles that there was a distance.
Yeah.
You know, I've had a few years, more than a few years under my belt of road running, and here I'm thinking, all right, cool, got this. 6 miles, you know, I could do 6 miles. I had like small little water bottles and like maybe even a 1 water bottle, a real small one. And I remember showing up, and I didn't know anybody. There was not one person there I knew. I showed up, I got out of my car, and when I got out of my car, probably, I don't know, I'm thinking I had running clothes on, and one person came up to me and said, wow, are you here to join us? We're so happy you're here.
Nice.
And that person is our trail angel Joni.
Yes.
I was like, oh yeah. And I was very like nervous, excited, but nervous, and taken back with how quick I was welcomed. I seriously pretty much got out of my car. So, and I joined that run, and I remember where it was at, in Chula Vista. We haven't been able to do that route in a while. But I felt like my heart was going to come out of my throat that day. I did not know what I was into. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. I felt like my legs were dense and heavy. It was like hill after hill, and steepness. And I was like, is this group insane? Like, what is going on here? Like, who? And we started together, but yet I think I'm pretty sure I was probably the last one that day. And I don't know who stayed back behind me. I can't have to think back, but it was, but even with that, and how I felt running those 6 miles, and how painful, and like how I just felt like I was out of my element of what I already knew how to do. You know, it was a whole different sport. But I was welcomed. I was encouraged. I was like on the hills. There was somebody along the way yelling for us that were myself that was at the bottom trying to get to the top. But there was somebody just cheering and clapping. And when you got to the top, you know, it was a high five, and it was something. And that for me is like, oh man, I don't even know. It's like, it was like, I'm coming back. Yes. My heart was going to come out of my mouth, but I'm coming back to this.
There you go.
This is like, it was just great. Like in so many ways, like, so, and I've been with the Y ever since, and just kept coming back. And, you know, I still suffer. I still feel that my heart's coming out of my, gonna pop out every now and then, of course. And I'm still sometimes the last one, but you know what? It's okay, because that's the running in itself is more than just me and my run, especially when I'm with the group. It's not about my run. It's our run. It's our journey.
Yes, definitely.
Our day to be together, and but yet within that, there's still solitary, of course. You know, there's still some you want to improve on your time, whatever you want to do, but we're all in it together. You know.
Yes. So if you get a little bit of both, you get a little bit of playtime with everybody, and a little bit of time to yourself. You know, also.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that happens. You get lost sometimes. You get time to yourself.
Yeah, definitely. You do get lost. You're like, which way am I supposed to go?
No. Yeah. So that's cool. You know. I mean, you able to find your home. You know, being part of this. You know, it just like family, and you probably see grow over the years. You know. Yeah. So, and what you experienced, the new person that joined the Y. You know, the experience. You know.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so he keep coming back, you know. So it just like got to get that endorphin, got to get that rush, and so so definitely. So with all that, what keep you going? You know, what's your other why that keep you going even when things get tough, or you just up to the challenge of life for not feeling the grind? Now, what's another why that keep you going?
Yeah. So we all have good days, bad days, you
Yeah,
know, go through other challenges in life, you
yeah,
know, work, home life, family,
yeah,
things like that. So there are days, there's days that it's like, okay, we got to get back out there, and you know, it's
yeah,
like, or I don't want to, and
yeah,
or
yeah,
stress of life sometimes sits heavy on our shoulders, everybody's
yeah,
shoulders. But I always, my thing is, I'm gonna feel better once we're done.
yes.
We're done, I'm gonna feel better.
Okay.
Like, and it's never been nothing less than feeling better. Like it's always, even sometimes amazing, you know,
Yeah,
fantastic. Like
yeah,
it always feels better when we get done.
yeah,
It could be a run with just one other person. It could be a run with the whole group, but
yeah,
just going back to the same consistency that when I first started,
yeah, yeah,
you know, that's one thing that I've always been trying to remind myself and be mindful is like, you have to be consistent, you know, in
yeah.
life. And that not only shows that I see results in myself as a person.
Mm.
And I'm not talking about the physical aspect, but I'm talking about that too, but also like the well-being of the happiness and the consistent of like showing an example for my kids, for my community, um, for my family. You know, I got niece and nephews now growing up,
Yeah,
and it's important. You know, if you say you're gonna do something, you know, get out there and do it. You know, even if it's just for yourself.
yeah,
Like today, I had told myself I wanted to run, and I did, and I went out there by myself and I ran.
yeah,
I could have easily
yeah,
not gone, and nobody would have known, you
yeah,
know, like
yeah.
besides my dog. But I felt it feels good. Like once you get it done,
Yeah.
it's you always feel better once you get out there and do it.
Oh yeah, definitely. 'Cause, yeah, you're right. We all had those moments we don't feel like doing it, feel like getting up.
Mhm.
And basically, I run like early in the morning sometimes. You know, it'll be cold, or whatever. Like, man, I feel like getting out. I feel like doing this. But once you get out there, get outside, and just like the air just hit you, like man, I'm glad I done it. You know, glad
Oh yeah,
I got up this morning or whatever. You know, or
definitely.
plan this evening where you like you at work. You know, you be tired and and just hold yourself accountable and just set that example for others. You know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the biggest example for yourself too, I think, you know, for
Yeah.
me, I started this journey for myself,
Yeah.
and you know, to lose weight, to feel better
Yeah.
and have more self-esteem and just feel better as a person and
Yeah.
just be more complete.
Yes.
And definitely I show up first and foremost, you know, for myself, and first and foremost the same for the community. You
Yeah.
know, I cannot say that first I show up for myself and then the community, or vice versa.
Yeah.
They're both equally as important to me,
Okay then.
very much
Yeah.
so. Yeah. um and
Okay.
just keep. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, no. So yeah. You're right now. Cause you represent I guess yourself. You know, or also, yeah, I mean, you represent the community also. I know if I'm making sense or whatever. You know. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No, it's important. And the community, you know, I many people know that I'm not a very, I don't like to run when it's super cold. I the cold just hurts my bones, you know.
uh,
But
yeah.
we're trail runners, and we run in all weather
Yeah.
and all seasons and
Yeah.
all conditions.
Yeah.
So we try, but there are times that I really don't want to go out there. I don't. And then if I've made a commitment with one or two other runners, or we have a group run planned, or
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
may be,
Yeah.
then I make it a point to be there, you know, unless it's really out of my control, for
Yeah.
whatever reason. But I really, um, that gets me up and out of the door a lot,
Yeah.
is the community. And they're really a big encouragement.
Yeah.
um just everyone. I mean,
Yeah. Definitely.
everyone has their different ways and different timing, and sometimes it's the person that you hardly ever talk to and they say something, you're like, oh wow, okay, that's really cool, you know. But you know, the community is a big factor of what I do and my why today.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I could tell, I could tell it mean a lot to you,
Yeah.
how important it is to you, to see us come together, and just see join ourselves, have fun, yeah, and the love you have for the wide trail runners, all the trail runners, so yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the community is exactly the whole San Diego trail running
Yeah.
community.
Oh yeah.
One thing that we at the Y, we love to give back. You know,
Yeah.
that's something that we want to give back. We get so much from everybody. Everybody gives us their time, their energy, their smile,
Yeah.
their encouragement, their their high fives, everything. And there's times that we have to, you know, be on the other end and give that back. Like we volunteer at races when races were happening, but that's something they could count on, you know. At the Y will do an aid station or go out and support even one runner, you know, that needs pacing and needs a crew or whatever it may be. I mean, that is also something really important, at least to me.
Yeah.
It's another way to understand and really get a full picture of what like distance and ultra running is, and what it is trail running community in general, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for the trail running community, for the Y, you know. Yeah, so I mean, I'm definitely in gratitude just to be a part of this special community, you know. We never would have known, you know.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah.
You never would have known. Yeah, so just definitely, I feel the love also.
Definitely.
Yes,
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Um, Beside your son, your son is like, you have both of your sons brought you like probably the greatest joy in your life. But outside your sons, what brought you the greatest joy in your life so far?
You know, family is really big for me. It really is. And it's my immediate family, my brothers and sisters and their kids, and their extended family as well. Their husbands, and you know, my cousins, my aunts. Just family in itself is really important. They bring me a lot of joy. We try to have like family dinners. We get together for the holidays when we can. All that kind of stuff, just kind of hanging out, just being together. But I also really, another big joy of mine is like, I have a passion to just, my work is a passion, and and obviously my running community too. And I consider all that being an extended of my family, because that's like the family you weren't born into, but they became your family, you know? So it's just, I'm a people person. I like to be around people. I get energy from somebody else's energy and their good vibes. I like to share a smile, and if my smile brightens somebody else's day, then it's a good day. That's a good day. Just with that, because and it just, and overall, I am grateful to be able, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally, to do the things that I do. And there's a lot of suffer in this world, unfortunately. And the type of work I do, I see a lot of suffer. So I really try to be another type of light. I really try to, and I don't plan anything really more than, obviously I plan the running, but it's going to be what it's going to be out there. Right. Or like if whether I'm sometimes just hiking with friends, not necessarily running. And really try to be mindful to be more lately, and as I been getting a little bit older, just a little bit.
We about the same age, we about the same age.
Yeah, we're at the same age. I've been trying to be more present,
Yes, yes.
slow things down a little bit, and
Yeah.
just be more present with where I'm at
Yes.
and who I'm with at that moment.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because it's just the life goes on so fast. Next
I
thing you know,
know.
it's,
Yes.
I mean, look, we're already in November. It's
I totally agree.
yeah,
I totally agree with you about being a present in moment. Be still. I think this year gave me the opportunity to really appreciate things more around me. Especially when I go out running, because I was running about all by myself earlier this year. Before we started meeting back up, I didn't run by myself. I had to take my time. I got no race, So when I go out run by myself, I just take my time and just like I start taking pictures of the scenery. And
yeah,
before that, I never take my phone with me when I go run out, and I will stop or take pictures to notice the beauty all around me.
yeah,
I kind of know the beauty by now and stop and take pictures. But this year, I kind of like, okay, just be still for a moment, take a time and walk as I run and stop and just notice all the beauty. So I started taking pictures of, the scenery when I go out running and stuff like that.
nice,
Yeah, so it just being a present,
right,
Yeah.
right,
So, yeah, because time do go by quickly. Just enjoy the moment, being the present. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on that. It's still work. All this is,
Mhm.
a work in progress and
Yes.
part of the journey too. It's we get busy and the hours go by fast in
I
the day,
know.
but it's good, and I have found a lot of enjoyment when I'm with the group, when I'm with my family,
Yeah.
I'm with my boys, and
Yeah.
just be there and be present with what I'm doing.
Okay, that's great. Um, and the opposite, in running, we got a lot of lots of hills. Some hills like hard to get over, and it's challenging. In life, you're gonna have hills you gotta climb, But the
Right.
question I always ask, people, what has been the biggest hill you had to climb in your life so far that you had to get over?
You mean like physically?
Yeah, physically, it could be physically, life, mental, it could be, physically, yeah, a combination, that you want. Yeah, just in life, what would have been the most challenging thing, hill that I had to climb to get over?
And well, I don't know. I guess well, I'll answer it in both ways. As
Okay.
a single mom, the
Yeah.
biggest one of the biggest challenges lives is, to be that sole provider for so long,
Yeah.
or learn how to,
Yeah.
in a sense of going from the family unit, and then now
Yeah.
it's different. So that was a big challenge, but it also taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about myself.
Okay.
It taught me a lot about my kids. It's
Yeah.
just about life. There
Yeah.
isn't something we can't overcome.
Yeah.
So that was a challenge. And then physically, like in
Yeah.
the trail running,
Yeah.
I'll start with the first physical hill ever was, when I never imagined I could ever climb a hill, or
Yeah.
even jog a hill. I mean, I'm telling you, I was like in no shape. I thought I had asthma, the way I used to breathe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, I was told that I had what they call exercise induced asthma. My doctor said I was too overweight, and
Wow.
I have developed exercise induced asthma and all that stuff. So I never imagined I would be able to climb any kind of hill,
Yeah.
or little less a mountain.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest and most, there's
Okay.
one of the biggest memorable and impactful experience I've ever had was to do Cactus to Clouds.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of that.
Have not.
It's and it's it's just, I just had a good day, and it didn't start off very good, but I turned it around, and I had a really good experience. And
Oh, nice.
it was, you start off at the desert and you go up to the clouds.
Yeah.
The elevation, I think it's 10,833 or something like that from zero. So you're doing a lot of climbing. Another very impactful challenge and experience, like a wow big moment. I can't believe I am able to do this.
Yes.
Is going down to the Grand Canyon and back up. So
Hear about that.
and I didn't do like rim to rim and rim, or all these. I want to one day.
Yeah.
I have plans. I would like to do that. I have plans. I would really like to do bigger climbs and bigger challenges. But is that the kind you're talking about? Like, what are the big
it's a combination of both, life, hill, life hill. Since we were talking about running, so it could be like the running hill also. It's a combination of both and just bring it all together,
And
definitely. Yeah, so I haven't done rim to rim yet neither. So we got to get together maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Fun. That'll be fun. We got to get a group out there.
Oh, yeah, I'd be happy to we haven't done any traveling races. Yeah, like travel to places. That's something I tell my wife got to do. Well, they're pretty cool. Yeah.
They're fun. But there's been a lot of challenging moments in life, and how to sometimes even how to go back to a same run or same hill that you've done before, and it didn't go that well, and then get back out there and do it again. And I don't compete. I don't run for time. I'm not a type of runner to be like the top this or top that. I'm not built that way. I don't have, it doesn't come natural to me. But what does come natural to me is to be out there, and just that in itself, the ability to be out there, that is very natural to me. And just share it with friends, and that's great.
That's the key, and all about sometimes all about the time being the best at it, as you are, that's great. But you're able to be out there, and to push yourself, mentally and physically, to go over to reach that hill, to reach that peak,
Right.
And conquer some of the hills that Ray like to give us sometimes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ray gives us a lot of hills, definitely.
So shout out to him also,
Definitely.
Some challenges, So it's so time, I want to beat them down while we be running the hills, but once we got done and finished, I love them for it,
Right.
It's just like a life. Sometimes we hate the process of what we're going through our life, that hill had to climb a life. But once we're able to find a way to get over that hill in life, we say, like, we look back on it, like sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes, we're glad that we're able to get over it.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And just like, there's times in life that you feel that you can't get over the challenge. You feel a little bit helpless, or you feel a little lost how to do it. And I think there's a parallel with the trail running community is the same thing as you could be out there and there, Ray or any of us, Carl could say, oh, there's going to be like 3 hills, and there might be a lot of us that are thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through that? How am I going to do those big hills or that elevation or whatever? And just like with the challenges off the trail, the encouragement from your family and your supporting partner in life, and your friends and all that help you get through those challenges. Those are the same. Those friends that are on the trail are the ones that are encouraging us, like, you could do this. We're doing this together. We could get over this hill, don't worry about it. It's going to be better at the top. It's flattish. It's flattish at the top,
I know.
It's really neat to have those when we have, whether it's just off the trail or on the trail, those self-doubts or those challenges, we're so blessed to be able to look to the person to the right or the left of us and be able to say, hey, I'm having a hard time. How am I going to get through this?
Yeah.
And they push us, they help us get up that hill, get through that challenge. And
Yeah.
and that's how it is. That's how life is.
That's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even strangers could come stop you, helping you along the way. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's another
Yeah.
story. That's my story now, but I say that for another time. You know, when with Nell, running with Nell Bell, you know, in the group a about a year or so ago, and
Uh-huh.
I believe she called you. You know, we looked for like the medics were trying to get me. You know, was
Oh yes.
yeah. So yeah, you
Yeah.
remember? Yeah. So
I remember. Yeah.
yeah. So like, but as strangers come along the way, and like need help, and like so yeah, yeah. Well, I do kind of need help. You know, but yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a story for another time.
Yeah, sure. I remember, but yeah, definitely. You should tell it one day because you could be
Okay.
helping a lot of people.
Oh yeah, that play. Now that was crazy. Like, oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that was crazy. You know,
Yeah.
but I'm just grateful for the help. You know, along the way. You know, I just people come from out of nowhere. You know, and just saw me
Definitely.
in need. You know, yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like in life. You know, it's you know, you never know who may come and help you out when you're in need. You know, so yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, it's very true. Very true.
Yeah, so we gotta come to the end. And so I got one more question. Did you want to
Sure.
bring Cooper up to you and the Cooper and the question
Let's see if
also?
you,
Yeah.
Cooper, come here.
We got to see Cooper, the
Oh,
sidekick.
he's a sidekick. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Come
yeah.
here, Coops.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll make it up here.
Okay,
Come here.
that's cool. So I get you to think about it while you get Coop. So my last question is, what's your boundless motivation?
Oh
Boundless.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's looking at me. He's like, "Do you have a snack?" Like,
No,
come on, Cooper. Come here. No, he doesn't want to
you don't
come.
want to come on.
Boundless. Yeah, my motivation for me at least, and it has been with me, something that I have repeated in my head and continue to, and there's days I share it with others, or I just do it, is to have the want, to have the will, and to have the way to do it. So
Mhm.
like I'll just give you an example, or kind of break it down in my words at least.
Yes.
It's like, if I have the want to do something, I'm gonna find the way how to do it, and I'm gonna get the will somehow. I may not have all those three things when I start.
Yeah.
Like, I may be in the middle of an ultra run, and I may have them, or may feel like, okay, I'm trained, I want to get through this, I have found my way through the training, I have the will to finish this race. And then I could be in the middle of the race, and one of those drops down. I'm like, okay, I don't have the want no more, because my legs hurt, or I'm tired, or I'm cramping, or I'm whatever. It could be 100 different things. And I remind myself, like, no, you are able to, you are able to, you have the want, the way, and the will. And just
Yeah.
and those toughest moments, or and I get myself out of that, even when with others.
Yeah.
If I hear my friends, anybody in the community say, I don't think I could do that, or I can't run the way you guys do, I can't do
Yeah.
reach the peaks you guys do. I'll ask them, do you have the want? Do you want to do it?
Nice.
They're like, well, yeah, I want to do it, but
Yeah.
I can't. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, if you have the want,
Yeah.
we're gonna find the way together,
I like that.
and you're gonna keep the will going and keep
Good.
it alive.
Good night.
So I hope that answers the question. It's just to always find that
Yeah.
your fire,
Yeah.
and even when it's out, or you feel like it's going out, and you feel
Yeah.
like, okay, I've reached my peak, I've reached my max,
Yeah.
I'm done. I remind myself, why did I start this? Why am I here? And I'm always very blessed that I'm able to do this, and again, it's just it's a journey that we're on, and um, are blessed to be surrounded by everybody that is, that's there at the moment. And it could be friends, family, strangers, but it's what we make of it when we're out there. And it's, you got to get through it. And you will, and we all will.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. We'll get this together. Yeah, so that's great. In fact, this the white shirt you have on right here. Is it the
What's
new?
that?
It's a new white.
Oh no, this one is one of the older ones.
Okay.
Yeah, but the shirts are gonna look like this, but in red.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking time out of your day, your busy day, and for joining me on the Live Room Boundless podcast or show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so it was
Really
great.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yes.
I look forward to more trails out there, and we always have to run happy.
Yeah, they're definitely run happy. Yes.
Yeah.
They're run happy even through the pain.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So cool. Definitely. So yeah, so thank you for joining me. Also, thank you, Live Room Balance family, for joining me on another episode of the Live Room Balance podcast. Live a life beyond the boundary that you set on yourself. Until next time.
Nice. Thank you. Thanks.